Alright, so welcome back. As usual, my name is still Prynse, and of course, today we're going to be talking about Blacko, Sherif, Kwaku the Traveler, Kwaku Killer, Yaya, Keki. You know, each and every day, Black Sherif gets what? A new name, and at the moment, in name beholds Yaya Keki, following the release of his latest songs. I'm talking about Simmer Down and Yaya Keki, which are actually doing very well on all music platforms. You know, you're gonna add the power, all the songs on that particular, I don't know whether to call it a pack or EP. They are beautiful. The songs are really, really nice, and go and check it out. You know, he recently released the performance video for Simmer Down, and it is live on YouTube. Alright. So Black Sherif has been featured on CNN Africa, where he gets to talk about his life, music, his journey so far, and whole lots. So you know what? Let's listen to Black Sherif. It's a long conversation. I want you to pay attention and listen to what Black Sherif had to say about his life, music, and everything. I'll be back.
Hi, I'm Black Sherif, the artist from Ghana, and I'm a change maker.
Mohammed Ismail Sherif, better known as Black Sherif, has dreamed of stepping on the big stage since high school.
You did all these freestyle rap when you were younger. At what point did you decide, oh, I think this could be a career?
I was building interest in so many things because growing up I had interest in playing football stuff. I dashed them all away. I just knew right after high school, I'm going 100% in. Not 70, not 50, you understand me? So after high school, 4th June 2019, I started making music like heavily.
Did you have a lot of music around you?
Yeah.
Did you, what kind of upbringing was it?
My mom and dad loves music, and like the first time I met my dad, he put me on reggae. Yeah, so that feeling was different. You understand me? And my mom loves Alpha Blondie, and I done the best. That built like my interest in music, my taste and stuff. So it was very indigenous music and reggae. So high life music and reggae stuff.
You mentioned high life, which is almost a religion in Ghana. What is the influence of that in your current sound?
I think I am high life, whatever I do. Even most of the rhythms, the melodies are bossed like straight high life. But I didn't grow up back then. You understand me? So it's like a modern high life with reggae influences and stuff.
Your first album, The Villain That I Never Was, you did not have any other features apart from Burna Boy. Was that deliberate so people can really see your style?
You know, I think that like came in the process, like making the album, because I was so like, it was very intense for me at that time, where I was in my head. I had the studio right in front of my bed, so when I wake up, I'm in the studio. And I made so many songs, and I felt like the story I was going to tell, I could tell it alone. I had plans of like getting features on the album, but making the album, like getting into like 70% in the album, I'm like, nah, let me do this solo. You understand me? Yeah. Because I had a lot to talk about, and I felt like that capacity, like that space I had in my mind for that album to occupy. I could do it myself. I did it.
That is such a flex. How do you get to that headspace so early in your career?
I mean, I think it's different with everybody. You understand me? And like growing up, things you see and like some experiences, and like it shapes your perspectives like about life and like how you approach things or like treat things.
Because Burna Boy shines bright. He is
So
the
bright,
king of
yeah.
Afrobeats music.
Yeah.
And he heard your second sermon. He's like, oh, I want to be on that song. This year alone, I've heard your music out in the club in Botswana, in Ethiopia, in Uganda, in, I want to say, India? Does that shock you as a kid who grew up in rural Ghana that you have this global appeal now?
Yeah, that shocks me because, you know, even in Accra, people didn't even know, like, in the Ghana that they were, there was a place called Konongo-Zongo. And even in Konongo-Zongo, there was a time that it was just my household that knew I could sing and make music. And now it's outside overseas. Like, I travel overseas doing shows. People come and sing in the words out. Like my first show in London, a month after my album, they sang every word A to Z.
That's sort of a commentary on your life, being young and being under this much public scrutiny. And an admission that yes, sometimes you will screw up.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. My art is like, my feelings are my art. When I'm crying, I make music. When I'm happy, I make music. When I'm confused, I make music. Yeah, I think it is.
How hard is it growing up in the public eye? I noticed there's a lot of coverage about you in the Ghanaian press.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of crazy stuff around your life. How does that feel?
It feels crazy because basically, I was 19 just 2 years ago, and I was fresh out of home, new to the streets, new to this life. And some few years after, 1 or 2, started getting some traction and stuff. And people don't want to see you make mistakes no more. It's so hard. I'm like the leading actor in my life only. You understand me? So I try to do what's best for me.
Tell me about what's in your future.
There's so much music coming. You know, ideas keeps popping up, like different gates of ideas keeps opening. Sonically, visually, everything. So I feel like it's more, the near future is like, that's all I can say right now. The near future is more like, it's rich in artistry.
I can't wait to be back. I know you miss me, I know.
Alright, so that's Black Sherif for you. He actually sat down with CNN and he talked about his life, his music, his journey as an artist, and so many other things about him. And you know, Black Sherif getting the chance to be on CNN is something that we should talk about. Honestly, it's not easy for an artist to be on CNN or for an artist to be on BBC or all these big platforms. Shows you who the artist is. And yes, that's it. But you know, Black Sherif is currently in Ghana, and after touching down Ghana, he had an interview with Sefa Kayi on OKFM where he actually gave him something special.
I know power here. Once me enter country in China, that's a 1 day ago. Me free my last date for the Europe tour, no, for Germany. Yeah, to me be Drew here and I'm saying here. I was semi by representing. So I mean daddy. Me 2 waves of European tour. Last one I me call last week Thursday to finish the last date. That was Hype Festival in Oberhausen to sort of there. Yes, sir. And you know, Andra, I think 48 hours ago when I enter a country, and I'm say, one say my album no, most of the tour now you call no, album no tour, and the album no so you drop it and a honey then you be share here, so it's only right. Say your barbe crown in na ya sanura new era. Daddy, Ntina KK Rasta man represented 100. Yes, sir. So the via me catch say I no e be beka ho na e be afrim na ya modify bi ni ade. I still Black Sherif but new you know, unse I to say atade a ye no era bia. Nti era we no atade a ye me any yaya KK Rasta. But still, I'm the Black Sherif. I'm still the Black.
Still the Black.
Yes, sir.
Yaya KK Rasta.
Yeah.
Black Sherif Black.
100.
Now, yes, so new song. Any other?
Yeah. Unse, what's your production? It sounded to say a trailer. It's a movie, a trailer to the movie. So yeah, and me drop 2 songs. Nini na sound to say I say ye urabi before from a new dimension.
I didn't hear them.
Dada and no me will fear ye ho adwuma. Ye ho adwuma build it a home pictures and the visuals near it.
Did they say new song near day?
Yeah, and a simmer down and no me a single pack. The 2 songs never so. I had to say this, you know, actually, boy, any move. What you say, until you only simmer down and yeah. Simmer down, let's say, I would try to be any anonymous you naturally.
Hey, simmer down, no musina televa.
Naturally.
And competence, I am a fire water, go out or trying and ye and I water. It is like I said, simmer down with a bedding. Oh, first, some with you expectations when ammonia.
said the BIA no. Every time we say KK Rasta representative
KK Rasta.
It's an improvement of what you saw before. What you say? TFI say and then me show and yet you said the last year no. Ebe debia the new ideas but you making mistakes correct no. Bomb pie ye juma debia. So what I say? You I have to say a new perspectives, a grown perspective of Black Sherif. Said that I'm Hunioma 2 years ago. Right now, menya me saw Nioma Biswa, me mission Nioma from different perspectives. Into me building now together, me questions, me arguments, me dear me dream fact Nioma Bihu some ideas me ade, and now me share. Right now, me be share what projects mo. What you say from the pictures I'll post to the videos, I'll be more will be questions and arguments that I've built within these times.
Last time I mean you do come on na onyanye major shows be yet. They say what called big time international. Na obibisa asasam.
Me nkasa asasam me kase aboa me ama man who said he met me use maybe. So what you say? Cause first you find say how na me jina and I me who you must say intina me act say ya. Right now my team jina baby different. I want different. To me it's up to me say me dey. Me didn't na be putting into use. Now me figure out said here a be my improvement and growth. I fast any can.
Alright, so that said, to be very honest with you, it is always fun watching Black Sherif. I mean, whenever he's been interviewed, the way manner he's going to take his time and talk, explain what he's talking about is just was interesting. And you saw what happened over there. So like I said, he's in Ghana and yeah, he's here to work. Yes, for real, he's here towards work. Alright, so that said, this one for you about Black Sherif.